Hi, it's Debbie Williams here, and this is the second video in the free course to overcome bulimia. Now, I'm going to say something that's going to sound a little bit weird, but how about thinking about how can you binge your way out of bulimia? Well, you binge anyway, but your binge is like huge, and then you have to throw it up or take laxatives to get rid of it. If we go with the most common one of throwing it up, we know that you're only going to get half of it up because it's already gone too far down the digestive system to be able to get it up. And so, when I work with people over the years, I've said, there's a saying, most people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. But if you have a plan that you can legitimately have some of those foods that, are on the forbidden list unless you're having a binge, but instead of having that amount, if you had 2 or 3 bars of chocolate instead of, the whole pack of 8, and then crisps, then bread, then whatever else that you have, and then you throw it up. What if you plan to have just that small binge? And the trick of this is to plan in advance, because when you're in a binge mode, there's no hope of stopping a binge when it's going. But if you plan in advance and you've written it down, okay, I know my binge times are in the afternoon or in the evening, my main binge times. Well, this evening, instead of doing a binge, I'm going to write down my shopping list. I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy this amount, which is that amount of the binge. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to try and stay present and actually enjoy it, to notice what am I actually getting out of this. Because if I'm only eating this amount instead of this amount and then throwing that amount up, ultimately I'm going to lose weight because I'm eating less, but also I'm getting present to notice, am I really enjoying this? And after you've sort of had that little bit, the next key of it is to force yourself to wait 20 minutes. So you've had your mini binge, whether you've forgotten, sometimes you've gone into slothering it mode of thinking, okay, well, normally I want more because I'm on the start of the binge, but this part is I have to wait 20 minutes. You can have yourself a cup of tea, listen to some hypnosis, do anything, but make yourself wait 20 minutes. What you will find will happen is, we call urges because they're literally urgent calls to take action. So when you get in that tunnel vision of having to have a binge, you're in it and there's no stopping it. But if we have a plan to put an interrupt in there, and you've just had, a small binge, and then you have to wait 20 minutes, what you'll find will happen is one of two things. One is that you'll realize after 20 minutes, I don't feel as urging to go and have more. Actually, I feel not too bad. Or you might go and have that binge, but next time, if you do that, you're going to feel crap. Next time, you think, right, let's stick to the 20-minute rule, because I did notice that I felt okay. And if I do carry on, how will it feel over time? If I do go and get this binge like I did last time, I really felt shit. But when I had the mini binge, it was okay. It was, yeah, I don't really want to be eating 3 bars of chocolate because that's not good for anybody. But what happens over time when you begin to break the full recipe of binge behavior, it gives you choices that, yeah, let's maybe have 1 bar of chocolate or 1 bag of crisps and stay present and start to get the joy back into eating that, a naturally lean person would have, that bar of chocolate and savor it and enjoy it and then forget about it. Whereas somebody who's a binge eater or bulimic is obsessed about food, except when they're actually eating it, then they go into this trance. They taste the first bit and then it's like trough, 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 trough. And then it's like, oh, I've got to get rid of it. And when you look at that, think this in mind: inch of pleasure, mile of pain. And the more you listen to these videos, it's like going to the gym for your mind, and things will click into place. Things will start to help you. But the trick is to plan in advance, because when you're in that binge, there's no stopping you. I remember years ago, because I had bulimia, And I went to Overeaters Anonymous, where I said, oh yeah, I'm an overeater and I'll never ever change. I didn't like giving that as my identity. I thought, you know, it's a behaviour that I've learned to do. Surely I can unlearn it and learn something better. And I remember going into Sainsbury's and the urge to binge overtook me. And I thought, because you have to invite God into your life in these 12-step programs. And I thought, yeah, thanks God, but just fuck off at the moment while I'm having this binge. You can come back afterwards. Well, she never came back quite the same after that. So the trick is to plan beforehand and to think, yeah, I want to succeed in having a mini binge. I want to succeed in having that amount, not this amount, that amount, then waiting 20 minutes and noticing, how do I feel? How big is the urge out of 10? Well, it's about a 4 or it's a 6. Yeah. So one thing or the other, you might go and do that binge and finish the off and then do the sick bit and feel absolutely dreadful. Or you might decide, actually, let's distract myself for another 20 minutes and then realise I'm taking back control over this. I can do this. Okay, best of luck with all of this and bye now.